Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Nathan Ford. The volleyball team headed into Wednesday's conference regular season finale 1-6 against ranked opponents. But that's why games aren't won on paper, as Wartburg defeated 23rd ranked Co to win their second straight Iowa Conference Championship.
The last two unbeaten teams remaining in the Iowa Conference met up Wednesday evening in a winner-takes-all battle for IIAC supremacy. Not only was it the last regular season game for both squads, but it was also senior night in front of a packed house inside Levick Arena. The Knights would take a quick lead in the first set, with Bailey Wilson getting the kill here. Later, Kelly Neiman would make the most of senior night, collecting 9 kills on the evening, and this lone block helping Wartburg take set 1 25-13. In the second set, Wilson would give the Knights an early spark, recording the block and then adding the monstrous kill. Co would battle, however, with sophomore assist machine Mackenzie Harbaugh changing pace with a kill for the Co-Hawks. It wouldn't be enough to overcome an early deficit, as Maddie Forsyth and company closed the set with a great display of power. The third set was another close battle, as the stars for Co would start to emerge. Rachel Schaefer led the charge offensively for the Co-Hawks, getting several of her team-high 13 kills on the night during the set. Rachel Bosworth stepped up as well, collecting 7 kills of her own, giving Co the 20-19 lead. Down the stretch, it was Schaefer who gave Co new life, getting the final 2 points of the match off kills, forcing a fourth set. In the final set, it was the seniors stepping up big for the Knights. Forsyth started right where she left off in the second set, adding to her team-high 16 kills on the evening. Neiman would also contribute, scoring 2 of Wartburg's points down the stretch. Then on match point, with the crowd on their feet, Bailey Wilson would deliver with the ferocious spike, giving the Knights the 3-1 victory.
With the win, the Knights received the #1 seed in the IIAC tournament and will play host throughout the tournament. Wartburg's women's cross-country team held out its top 2 runners Saturday, but still came away with their second straight Iowa Conference Championship. Alana Nabnett and Sammy Brewitt finished first and second at the conference meet last season, but did not race this year with injuries. Hattie Vaughter took second this year for the Knights, while Serena Goetzel was 5th. Aaron Sawyers with 6, Ellie Parker finished 8th, and Lauren Mapes rounded out the team scoring in 9th. Those 5 plus Morgan Gertis and Maddie Cleve earned all-conference honors. The men's team took 4th place for a second straight year behind nationally ranked Central, Loris, and Luther. Sam Reed was the Knights' top finisher in 9th, and he, Chase Mosier, and Bennett Mosier earned all-conference honors. Coming up on Sports Night, the men's soccer team was 5 seconds away from IIAC glory Tuesday night, but it would be Luther celebrating on the Knights' home field just 5 seconds later. The men's soccer team hasn't won the Iowa Conference outright since 2005. Just 5 seconds away from ending that streak Tuesday, the Norse delivered a strike to the Knights' hearts.
Wartburg needing a win or a tie against Luther to clinch the Iowa Conference outright. A loss means a 3-way tie. Late in the first half, Chris Nopnik taps it past the goalkeeper, but his shot is blocked by a sliding Norse defender. Just seconds later, Bob Brown winds up from behind the box, but his shot is saved. Luther's Brock Arndt with a great opportunity, but it's saved by Wartburg's Cade Schatzer. Later in the second half, the Norse's Miles Norville gets a shot off, but it's just wide of the net. We remain scoreless, going to overtime. Just seconds left in overtime now. Luther with one last corner kick, bounces around in the box, and Martin Stahlberger kicks it in for a Norse goal. Luther stuns Wartburg with 5 seconds left in double overtime. A 1-0 victory means the Norse, Knights, and Loris tie for the Iowa Conference Championship.
Second seed in the Iowa Conference Tournament, and will get another shot at the Norse, hosting them in the semifinals at 7 p.m. Wednesday. Coming into Saturday, the football team's offense was tops in the Iowa Conference, averaging over 31 points a game. The usually high-powered attack couldn't finish inside the red zone, though, as all of the pressure was on the defense to win the game. The offensive struggle started late in the first quarter when Wartburg head coach Rick Willis went for it on 4th and 15 from Co's 26, but Brandon Domeyer can't quite get the first down. Wartburg moved the ball well, got it in the red zone again late in the second quarter. Taylor Jacobsmeyer tries to break the scoreboard silence, but doesn't see Evan Bolt as he picks off the pass at the 1-yard line. Wartburg got inside the 30-yard line 4 times in the first half, but no score at halftime. After trading field goals midway in the third, Coe's Colton Storla breaks up the Knights D for 69 yards on the next possession, the last 16, giving the Cohawks a 7-point lead. Then after a Wartburg 3-and-out, Coe drives down the field again and caps it off with an 11-yard TD pass to Elijah Phillips for the 2-score lead. And the outlook was looking bleak for the Knights for most of the fourth quarter until Gunnar Tranel blocks a punt. Jared Waters able to pick it up, bring it 20 yards into the end zone, and gets the Knights within a score with under 5 minutes left. There's a little bit of hope, but Coe kept its cool and sealed the game for good with a play-action bomb from Josh Reekers to Keaton Juergens for the 36-yard score. Wartburg would go on to lose 24-10. But despite the loss, the Knights still control their own destiny for the Iowa Conference crown. They'll need to win their next 2 games, this week at home against Central and next week on the road at Loras. Coming up on Sports Night, the ball finally bounced the women's soccer team's way, and it couldn't come at a better time this season.
A few decisions.
The story of the season for the women's soccer team has been their domination of some games, but their record doesn't show that. It was the case again Saturday night against Central in the Iowa Conference Tournament quarterfinals. Wartburg dominated the first half and got their best opportunity to score off a corner kick here, but gets rejected by a wall of Dutch defenders. Game still scoreless in the second half when Ashley Frush has a great chance to score, only it's caught by the Central keeper. The Knights controlled much of the second half as well, and Central got their only real scoring chance of the game here when Elena Bailey's kick gets stopped by Sophie Perez, and we head scoreless into OT. Overtime didn't last long though as Brittany Frush's shot goes off the Dutch goalie's hands. Taylor Woods cleans it up for the 1-0 win. The Knights move on to the Iowa Conference semifinals where they will face number 1 seed Loras on Wednesday in the Rock Bowl. And that's it for this edition of Sports Night. Go to wartburgcircuit.org for complete coverage of Wartburg sports. You can watch the volleyball team compete in the Iowa Conference Tournament semis Thursday night at 7 on Night Vision. If they win, the championship will also be on Night Vision Saturday night at 7. And on Saturday afternoon at 1, check out the football game against Central. Have a good night.